Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that's, absolutely critical, but so few people have actually seen it in black and white. And I'm talking about their future retirement paycheck. We're going to go way beyond just looking at a savings balance and get right to the heart of what really matters, the actual income you'll be living on. All right, let's dive in. So this is it. This is the single most important question you can ask yourself. Not, hey, how much have I saved, but will the money I get every single month in retirement actually be enough for the life I want to live? It's a simple question, right? But for so many people, the answer is a complete mystery. And that's really the core of the problem, isn't it? You might log in and check your 401k or IRA balance all the time, and that's great. But that big number you see on the screen, that's not your paycheck. Retirement is all about cash flow, and turning that nest egg into a steady, reliable stream of income, well, that's a completely different ballgame. And that's where the real planning has to start. So to figure out what that paycheck is going to look like, we first need to understand where the money's even coming from. Most retirement income is really built on four fundamental pillars. Now, what's so interesting here is how this breaks down. The first three pillars are probably pretty familiar to you, right? You've got Social Security, your pension if you're lucky enough to have one, and of course your personal savings like that 401k or IRA. But it's that fourth pillar, the index strategy. That's the one that most people have never really had explained to them clearly. Put simply, it's a way to participate in market growth, but with some built-in safety nets. And it could be a really crucial piece of your retirement puzzle. Okay, let's see how this all comes together. Because even with those first three pillars in place, a lot of people find themselves staring down a pretty serious problem, what we call the retirement income gap. So the crucial point is this. The income gap is the shortfall. It's the difference between the money you'll need to live your life, to pay your bills, and the actual amount your retirement plan is on track to give you each month. And I'll tell you, discovering you have a gap can be a real shock to the system. And this visual just lays it out so clearly. That tall bar on the left, that's what you need. The shorter bar next to it, that's what you're on track to get. And that space in between, well, that's the gap. That's the problem you've got to solve. Seeing it like this makes it feel pretty real, doesn't it? So when you're facing a gap, you're really left with three choices, three realities. And frankly, most people don't love the first two. You can, 1, learn to live on less money, which means making some real sacrifices. 2, you can work longer, pushing back that retirement you've been dreaming of. Or there's option 3, figure out how to save more wisely. That's the proactive choice. That's the one that gives you back control. But it gets more complicated. As you're trying to close that gap, there are these two hidden battles, two invisible forces that are working against your money every single day. First, you've got inflation. It just silently eats away at your buying power. The $100 that gets you a full cart of groceries today, in 20 years, that might only get you half a cart. Then there's future taxes. Oh, this is a huge one. It doesn't matter how much your accounts grow if a big chunk of it is just going to go to Uncle Sam. The only thing that matters is what you actually get to keep. Okay, so we've laid out the problem, the income gap. We've talked about the two big enemies working against us, inflation and taxes. So how do we fight back? How do we save more wisely? Well, let's look at the three main paths people can take with their savings. This table just lays it out perfectly. First, you have your fixed strategies. Think a savings account or a CD. The best feature? They're safe. But the risk? The growth is so low that inflation can just eat it for lunch. Then you've got market-based strategies, like stocks. The big feature is high growth potential. But the risk is obvious, right? You can lose money, a lot of it. And finally, you have that indexed strategy. Its key feature is protection from loss. But the trade-off is that your growth has a ceiling. It's capped. It's really designed to be a hybrid approach. And that brings us right back to this third path, the index strategy. It's really designed to be that middle ground. Think of it this way. On one side, you have the wild roller coaster of the stock market, with huge ups and terrifying downs. On the other, you have the flat, predictable line of a savings account that can't keep up. The index strategy tries to smooth out that ride, capturing some of the market's gains while putting a floor in place to protect you from the losses. And this is the key concept right here. In a year when the market goes down, say 10 or 20%, instead of taking that loss in your account, your credited interest rate for that year might just be 0. You don't lose your principal from that market drop. In this volatile world, having a floor of 0 can be an incredibly powerful tool for protecting your nest egg. So how do we pull all of this together? The pillars, the gap, all these different saving strategies, and how do we apply it to you personally? Well, that is the entire goal of the Paycheck Preview. This is where it gets personal. This is where the rubber meets the road. We move away from general ideas and we start looking at your specific situation, your age, your goals, your numbers. It's all about creating a crystal clear picture of your financial future, not somebody else's. And to build this preview, we just need some basic information. It's stuff you probably already have access to, like your pension and Social Security estimates, your current account balances, how much you're putting away each month, and of course, when you hope to retire. With these simple pieces, we can start to calculate what your potential retirement paycheck could actually look like. So, if you've been watching all this and thinking, man, I really have no idea what my retirement paycheck is going to look like, then the next logical question is, how do you find out? How do you get that clarity? Taking that next step is actually super simple. You can schedule a complimentary Zoom to go over your numbers with James Stuart. You can call him directly, or you can fill out a quick form beforehand so he can be totally prepared for your conversation. You know, the goal here is simple. It's to help you understand your complete financial picture so that you can make informed decisions. Taking a little bit of time to get a clear preview of your retirement paycheck, it's honestly one of the most powerful things you can do for your future. So, what's the one number that will define your retirement? It's not your account balance, it's your future paycheck. The real question is, will it be enough? If you're ready to finally find the answer, take that next step toward clarity today. Thanks so much for watching.